And I say this, and I know that this part's going to get your blood pressure going, Joe. In addition to being a Browns fan, I'm also a Dolphins fan.
What? No. Wait, hold on a minute. Ira, did you hear this nonsense?
Yeah.
How can you be a Browns and I'm almost ready to hang up.
Yeah. Well,
you can't be a Browns and Dolphins fan. You're either a Browns fan or you're the Dolphin fan. What is it? What are you talking about?
As a young, bespectacled football fan, Bob Greasy, who also had glasses, kind of a role model.
Ira, are you jumping in on this side? Are you listening to this guy, this sacrilegious guy saying it?
I mean, Joe actually hung up on a caller last week because he was giving Joe a hard time, and once he said he was a Dolphins, I think he started as a Yankee fan.
Yeah, well, he was giving me a hard time, and he was a Yankee fan. And then he hit me with, he was like being arrogant, like killing me a little bit. And then he's telling me what a Yankee fan he is, and he said he was a Dolphin fan too, because I figured he was a Giant fan. I said, no, what are you, a Giant fan? He goes, no, I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm like, okay, that's it, gone.
That was it. Joe cut him right off. He was off.
Now you can't be so in other words, so let me get this right now. Let me see if I got this deal. Where are you from?
Eventually.
You from Cleveland?
Yeah, lifelong.
You're lifelong from Cleveland. So you grew up watching the championship Dolphin teams in the 70s, 72, 73, right? Zonka, Warfield, Larry Little, Kuchenberg, kick on and on and on, right? No-name defense, am I right?
A little before my time, but late 70s, I'd say like I had awareness probably from like 77, 78 on, and like I said, it's as simple as that. Bob Greasy was the one pro athlete that had glasses. I was the four-eyed little kid. I saw a guy that could make it happen with glasses. You started to identify, and much like I became a Wings fan because of Stevie Y, I became a Dolphins fan because of Bob Greasy.
And listening to him doing commentary hasn't stopped you from that.
Yeah, but
how can so in other words, let me get this straight now. Who's the Dolphin? Rick is the Dolphin fan, right?
Yeah, I think, Ryan, you're just a straight-up Browns fan, right, Ryan?
All right, so
I'm a Cleveland homer in every sport except hockey, and that's where I'm a Ranger fan.
The bottom line here is that Ryan, who is a legitimate Browns fan, right? Am I right, Ryan?
Yes, I am.
How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 28.
28. So let's see. 28. So what is it? It's 09. So that's 89.
I was born during the cardiac kids.
Yeah.
You were born in 81.
80.
You were born in 80. So you still were a little too young, to suffer through the drive.
No. I remember that.
Through Ernest Biner.
My dad's a Steelers fan, so believe me.
To remember the Cleveland Jet debacle in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's only 6 years old.
Right.
Believe me, my dad's a Steelers fan, so anything that's bad that's happened to the Browns, I know it.
Ryan, you remember that game? You remember the Jet Brown playoff game in 86, January 87? You remember that?
Because everybody won't burn the tape of it, I do.
Double overtime?
Yeah, because people won't burn tapes.
Yeah, we remember that. That was a great game for Clevelanders. And anyways, my original point.
By the way, the Browns got basically the same thing happened to them the following week. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we can't feel too good about it because of that. Yeah, the same thing happened.
And I have nothing against the Browns because I go back to watching Jimmy Brown and Dr. Frank Ryan, and when Warfield was on the Browns, and Gary Collins, and Galen Fisk, and Bernie Parrish, and you go on and on with Bill Glass at defensive end when they had Dick Modulewski after he came over from the Giants, Erich Barnes after he came over from the Giants. Going through to Bill Nelson, and I remember the first Monday night game in '70 in Cleveland. Remember that wonderful game?
Right. That's right. Name it through the interception.
Yep.
What a disaster. Bill Nelson, 31-21 the beginning. Little did we know how the suffering was just beginning.
I love.
That's right. That was coming a year after the Super Bowl, Joe.
Yep.
Right, and after they lost the playoff game in '69 to the Chiefs. So but I go way back with the Browns, so I understand. I was actually alive on 11 when you guys won the championship the last time.
Right. I love cross-sport analogies, Joe. We're basically the Toronto Maple Leafs of the NFL. We're a legacy franchise. We just haven't done anything since the '60s. That's basically us. My original
you got your team taken away from you, and you had Belichick as your coach. That's got to hurt even more.
Right. Exactly.
Now he's winning. Now he's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, he is. But my original point.
I'm sorry, but I have to laugh a little. Maybe they actually got it worse than we do. How about that?
I think they might. They just might. It'll be interesting this week when Favre goes in there, and he's facing about 7 ex-Jets in the defense.
Right. And my original point on the Dolphins here was.
So you really are a Dolphin fan, Rick, right? Let's go. So Ryan, would you confirm, being the legitimate Browns fan, that Rick is really a Dolphin fan? Is that fair to say?
They're my 1A.
If I have to go by what he's wearing right now, I'm really hoping he likes some team in South Florida.
So Ryan, tell me this: Browns are playing the Dolphins. He's rooting for Miami, right?
Nah, I'm rooting for the Browns.
I'm guessing he's rooting for a tie.
The Dolphins are my 1A.
He's rooting for
Dolphins,
a tie.
Dolphins are my 1A.
You know he's not sitting in the dog pound with a Dolphin jersey. That's for sure.
No, I know better.
Well, wait a minute. Now, Rick, here's a question. All right, now. The Dolphins are playing the Browns for the AFC Championship. All right, here the Browns never been to a Super Bowl. Here the Dolphins haven't won one since 1973. The '74 Super Bowl. Okay, all right. You guys haven't been to one since Marino in '84. All right. So now here's this game: the Dolphins and the Browns, AFC title game. Who are you rooting for?
I said it 5 minutes ago. The Browns. Dolphins are my 1A. Browns are my 1. I grew up here. Dolphins are. People are allowed to have a 1A. People are allowed to have a.
No. You can't have
Joe,
a 1A.
you got to understand.
You can't. Ryan, do you have a 1A?
You have to in Cleveland.
Yeah.
If you're rooting for Cleveland teams, you have to have a 1A.
Ira, get in on this. Let me tell you something right now. Ira and I have not seen a Super Bowl for over 40 years now. We got our moment, January 12th, 1969.
You guys don't have a 1A?
We've suffered since that point as much as the Browns have. But that doesn't mean that our 1A team is the Giants.
But the problem is we don't even get to the championship games.
Listen, I have one team. It's the Jets. That's it.
That's it. There is no other. That's it. There's nothing else but.
Right.
And Rick, you're going to have it next year.
It's not like changing wives, guys. You know what I mean?
That's right. And next year, the Browns division plays the AFC East. So you will have the Dolphins. I don't know if it's a home or
Rick, aren't you glad you have me on tonight?
Well,
you okay? You feel all right?